Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. The Outdoor Adventure Series celebrates individuals and families, businesses, and organizations that seek out and promote the exploration, stewardship, conservation, access, and enjoyment of the great outdoors. Our guest today is Heath Seiner. Heath is an outdoor enthusiast, upland bird hunter, and co-founder of Hunt Redi. Now, Hunt Redi's gear is sourced and handcrafted in the US, and we're excited to learn more about it, who's using his gear. And Keith, it's a pleasure to have you on the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. I really do appreciate the opportunity. I always enjoy talking about a passion, and this is certainly one of them. So thank you for the opportunity.
Fantastic. And for our listeners, I met Heath actually via another guest of ours. If you'll recall, earlier in the year, we interviewed Edgar Castillo, and Edgar is a passionate, much like Heath, upland bird hunter. And it's through that conversation, I came across some postings and I thought, well, Heath would be a great guest. So, Heath, again, thank you. And for our listeners, one thing I've noticed is that upland bird hunters are extremely passionate. And before we get into it, we'll go a little deeper on the topic. I'd love to hear a little bit about your background and just maybe a 30,000 foot view and about your upbringing and how you got into this outdoor activity of upland bird hunting.
Sure. So my background is probably a little bit unique by today's standards. As a kid growing up, it was just what I knew. But believe it or not, my great grandmom was the first one to pack me out into the woods, and we checked her trap line, and she was an avid hunter, trapper, provider for the family. We grew up on a small farm in Southwest Missouri, and I literally grew up doing that with her, and then preparing that for the family dinner. So for me, I mean, that's literally how I grew up, was hunting and eating what we caught. So from there, it was just a natural progression. Went hunting with my grandpa, my dad, and then that progressed to by myself and friends, and that's actually Jared Stewart, who's my business partner in Hunt Redi, and we connected actually in elementary school through similar interests of hunting in the outdoors, and we've been really just best buds ever since. And so that kind of segued into a lot of outdoor adventures, and we do a lot of things from hiking, climbing, waterfowl, big game. Certainly, upland is an extreme passion. I'll just say it that way, as you noted earlier, with uplanders. But yeah, that's kind of where I came from and how I grew up, and I was just raised in it, to be
Okay.
honest. So